What's up, everybody? NBA or nothing here, and we have Michael, Chris, and Elliot as we're gonna predict the NBA playoffs today. So,
Yeah,
hi.
we're not only going to be predicting the first round, we're going to be predicting everything around. So this is before the
This
playoffs
is like
start,
NBA
and it's going to
March
be
Madness
crazy.
bracket.
Yeah, we don't know what the hell's going to go on during the playoffs, but we're predicting anyways. All right, so we're going to be starting off with the East first. Are you guys ready?
No.
Now
Yep.
I'm ready.
All right, so first off, we got the number one seeded Miami Heat versus the number eight seed Milwaukee Bucks. Who
All
wants to
right,
start
just
this
skip
thing off?
this.
Never mind, seriously, who wants to start it off? We're going to be saying
Hold up,
how
hold up. All I have to say right now is the one team that could beat the Heat this year. They missed the playoffs by a couple games. Anyone want to know that one team that could have beat the Heat?
Utah Jazz.
Raptors,
Nope,
Raptors,
no,
Raptors.
no. It was the Orlando Magic. Just
Oh,
missed the playoffs by a couple games. The only team that could
Oh
beat the
my,
Heat this year.
Oh,
my
just by
couple
a
of
couple.
couple.
Just like a couple games. Only a couple 20
Oh wait,
games.
yeah, no pressure. It's
uh,
okay. We'll be okay.
all right,
Anyways,
guys. So we're basically going to be predicting in how many games that one team's going to beat the other, and yeah. So who wants to start this one off?
This one's just gross. No one wants to start it off.
Okay, all right. So I'll start it off because nobody else wants to. So Miami, as we all know, crazy team, best team this year, probably the best team in the league right now. Blah blah blah. So honestly, I don't think this will end up in a sweep. I think Bucks will get one like lucky win. Like Ellis is going to go hot and everything like that, but. I don't know. Just everybody thinks like Bucks are good against the Heat. They only beat them like once this season, I think. But like, yeah, I think Bucks. I think Heat will beat them in a 4-1 series in 5 games, and that's pretty much just my prediction.
okay, well, my prediction is the Bucks suck and the Heat are gonna sweep 4-0.
All
Oh,
right.
word.
I would have to agree with that. The Bucks just don't use that three-guard rotation with JJ Jennings and Ellis correctly. They
Look at
can't
this
do it.
inner analysis right here. Holy
So
shit.
I'm mad enough. Dude, I'm mad enough that the Bucks had a freaking losing record. Now my team didn't make the playoffs. So let's move on now.
so
All
yeah,
right,
I have
I'm going with the Bucks in seven. No, I'm kidding. I'm going with Miami's obviously gonna sweep. As a Celtics fan, hard to say that, but it's obvious. All right.
Yeah. So next. All right. So now we have the number two seeded New York Knicks, my team,
wow.
versus the number seven seeded Boston Celtics, Chris's team. So this is going to be a pretty intense series, I must say. Chris, you want to start this one off?
Yeah, I'll start it off. To be honest, as of this moment, I still don't know who I'm gonna pick, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's really hard to pick against the Celtics. I don't know if I can. I feel like this is the Knicks' year, though. Like they're ready, and I'm gonna say the Knicks in a seven-game series, hard, tough fought battle between a veteran team that has plenty of experience, young players that need to step up in order for the Celtics to win. I don't know if they can get enough production from Green, Bradley, Lee, Bass, all those extra guys. So I'm gonna go with the Knicks in seven. Melo's just been playing way too well for the Knicks to lose, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Knicks in 6 because, well, the Knicks have been hot to end off the season, and everybody got their rest. Everybody is healthy at this point, and we even got backups to back up Chandler. We got Martin, who's being healthy, and hopefully Amari won't come back for a while since we play worse with him. And I think if he comes back later on in the playoffs, we should not play him at all because he'll mess up the rotation. But yeah, more on the series. The Knicks won the season series 3-1, which is the first time in a while that they have done that. They also did it with the Miami, but I wouldn't really count that. Knicks, well, whenever they're not shooting well, they're gonna lose. Like if they're not shooting their threes, if they're missing wide open threes, you know that's a sign that they're gonna lose. And if they're not in rhythm with their threes, then they're obviously not gonna win because their defense is not even great at all. And
I've said this
Boston is
before.
really
The
good with
Knicks live and
defense.
die on the three. Live and die on the three.
Yeah. And Boston has really great defense, but we've destroyed them on 3 pointers before. And if they must probably know that we are gonna try to shoot 3-pointers, but we can also be the team to dash into the paint and all that. Like Marion Felton is pretty good at getting it to the rim and all that. But we mostly hit threes whenever we're open and stuff. We have really good outside passing and all that. But it can go either way. I think Boston can get an emotional victory. Possibly, it can go 4-3. It can go 4-3 for the Boston. It can go either way. So this is going to be a really tough series, and honestly, I'm really excited to see this. And versus Boston is always going to be tough for the Knicks. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, with everything that has happened, I actually see, especially with everything that has happened as of late, I can see Boston winning this series in six.
Jinxed it.
And I say six because I think that Boston will sweep the Knicks on their home court. And I also think this first game of the series coming up, I think Boston's going to come out with a lot of intensity and everything. I think, especially that we'll be playing for an entire city. Of course, everything that happened in Boston. I think the Celtics are going to win that first game, and I don't think they're going to lose when they go home to Boston after everything. And I think they're going to get an emotional series win, and they're going to win this thing, especially with all the veteran leadership they have. They're going to win this thing in six.
I'm scared.
Look, Carmelo can't lose in the first round again. He's done it way too many times. He can't afford to do this again. He actually has finally a team who has a chance to go to the conference finals. In a lot of people's eyes, to me, I just don't think the Knicks can blow this. But of course, they're against a very underrated Celtics team who shouldn't be seventh seed. Just regular season,
They
screwed
just
them
dropped
over.
a lot of games at the end because they rested all their players down the stretch.
I think
Yeah.
emotional
As
too.
well as the
Emotional
game.
too. I would say it is emotional. It's a very good and emotional team right now.
That's only the one thing I can give the Celtics is that they're playing for their city because of what happened. But I don't know. I can't
Yeah.
trust them.
What about the Bruins? How they lost whenever they
Hockey, Ellie.
I
It's
would-
hockey.
I don't care if it's hockey.
Go debate with Tyler.
Hey, I'll go with Tyler. and
Anyways.
we'll go smoke some weed while watching hockey.
Oh, 420 smoke weed every day.
So I have the
Oh,
Knicks
so
in 6. I just don't think Carmelo can lose this again. I really don't. This was hard for me to pick because I also wanted to go with the Celtics, but I'm gonna go with
Yeah,
Knicks in
this is
6.
This is Melo's best year by far.
The age of the Celtics is over.
They have a much better team, and the Knicks are just a great team this year. I'm very proud of them. I've never seen them this good in my life, so let's
I hope
go.
the Celtics sweep them now. That's 60% about.
Yay! Yay! Yeah, I jinxed it.
Shut up. That's gonna make me cry. All right, so let's go on to the next one. The 3-seeded Indiana Pacers versus the 6-seeded Atlanta Hawks. This should be a breaker for a lot of people. And this is a very boring
Probably
one
the
as well.
least watched series on television, most likely.
Probably.
Yeah, because Miami will probably be watched because Miami fans and all that. But honestly, this is a very boring series. And who wants to start it off?
I'll start
Out.
it. Indiana wins.
Yeah. And how
No,
many
but
games?
no. Let me go ahead and say I just think Indiana has too many big men. I mean, like with Hibbert down there, Hibbert's going to dominate Atlanta. Who does Atlanta have that is going to even contest with Hibbert? Like
Josh Smith, oh word.
no, not Josh Smith. Josh Smith
Horford.
is like too.
He's
Horford.
garbage.
Horford is not going to be able to do anything against freaking Hibbert.
Yeah, but he's great offensively. Not kidding.
I'm telling you, it's too dominating
Hibbert's
for Indiana.
inconsistent.
Their big men are too dominating, and I think Indiana's going to take it in 5.
Ooh.
I would have to agree with the
Oh, the 5
Indiana
games.
5. But the thing is, Paul George has turned into an all-star, and he's gonna continue developing. And the Hawks are just a team that maybe goes to the not conference semifinals. That's it. They don't really make much noise.
Yeah,
And-
remember whenever Mike Woodson used
One
to
and
coach
done.
them, never got past the second round? That's why I'm scared for the Knicks. I'm kidding.
No eyebrows for 3.
No, but the one flaw I say though with the Pacers is being able to put the game away. They have to find a way to put the game away. I just think
Yeah.
that might be their big flaw in the series. So
I don't know,
Right.
and I didn't even bring. I just brought up the big man down low who could single-handedly beat this team.
Hibbert's very inconsistent, like Ellie said, though.
He
Yeah,
is,
very
but it's playoff time. You'd be surprised. A lot of players do get a lot more consistent when it comes to playoffs.
did Bynum.
And I
He got
think
triple doubles
no,
first game and
I
sucked
think
for the rest of the
Hibbert's going to be
series.
one of those players that gets really consistent come playoff time.
Pacers
I don't
better
think
hope.
so.
Hoya.
And I didn't even bring up their guards. I didn't even bring up their guards. I mean, I think their
Paul George
guards
is
are better
also
than
inconsistent.
Atlanta's.
George Hill's also inconsistent. Their whole team's inconsistent.
Yeah, but their whole team's better than Atlanta in like every possible
But George
matchup.
Hill's so
Yeah,
cute. Just look
Yeah,
at him.
George Hill's adorable.
This doesn't win.
Yeah, but like Chandler Parsons is fucking hot, but he probably won't be Oklahoma City. That's for later.
Appearance always
Um,
wins.
Yeah,
It's
obviously.
gonna be
Dwayne Wade.
Pacers Rockets finals. Most
All right,
watched
so,
finals in NBA
Chris.
history. All right.
All right.
I have the Pacers in 6. I'm just saying that because I think the Hawks can steal 2 games because I feel like the Pacers have kind of like everybody was talking about them for like the first 3 quarters of the season, and they kind of faded a little bit towards the end. And like what
Yeah.
Michael was saying, like they can't put games away. Even last year, I know it was Miami, but they couldn't put Miami away. They let them come back. I know it's Miami, but still, gotta put that dagger in the throat. So,
Yeah, so did but
Pacers
Boston
in
also
6.
choked, so Boston also choked last
They're
year
old
against
and
the...
crippled and dying.
Excuses.
Okay. Indiana, great defensive team. I think the best defensive team, to be honest. Them and
Nah,
both.
Memphis.
It's Chicago.
Memphis.
No.
Memphis, best defensive team.
Eh,
Pulling it out.
eh. But point is, Pacers are really good at not letting the other team get a lot of points, and Pacers are a great team, but they're, as I said before, their whole entire team is very inconsistent. David West, on the other hand, is pretty consistent. David West is great defensive player. He's very physical, and he can shoot the mid range. He can go inside. He can do whatever he wants. David West is very good. He's a 2-time All-Star in his career, and
The Pacers
honestly,
do
I
have
think-
a very solid starting 5.
yeah,
They do.
very solid starting 5. They even have Howard Hansbrough, another very physical player, coming off the
Psycho
bench.
T.
Yeah, and honestly, Hawks got nothing. I think the only player that really has the upper hand would be freaking Jeff Teague versus George Hill.
Yeah,
It's like the
Teague,
only
Teague ball
matchup-
this year. You have to give Teague credit. Where credit's due.
Teague really did improve, and he can develop a lot better as well over the next few years. Teague is very. I actually really like Teague, but
Jeff, big head.
honestly,
Teague.
I
He's
think
down.
Indiana, as I said before, I think they'll take this series in 5 games, and not a very anticipated series, but I'll watch it nonetheless.
Did everybody say 5 except for me? I said 6.
Yeah, I said 5.
All right.
So 5.
I said 6.
And finally, for the Eastern Conference, we have the number 4 seeded Brooklyn Nets versus the number 5 seeded Chicago Bulls.
I think home court takes this. I think home court takes this in 7. I think I'm going to take Brooklyn over Chicago in 7.
Oh, I'm honestly, this is like a 2-way series, as the Boston series is. Honestly, Bulls have dominated the Nets in the regular season. If Joakim Noah does come back, and I'm pretty sure he will, I'm pretty sure he's only going to miss like 1 game at least. I don't think
He's a game,
really
he's a
do
game
need
time
to-
decision for today, so
I'm pretty sure he will end up playing in limited minutes. But they do have Nazir Muhammad as a backup, and I'm pretty sure Taj Gibson's also going to be playing, who's a very good defensive player. And Boozer, he's been like finally saying, "All right, I'm worth this damn contract, and I'm going to be playing this year," and he is. And honestly, Boozer has been amazing this year. So I don't know. I think if Joakim Noah's playing, he'll like not let Brook Lopez score any more than 20. I think what the Nets really have to rely on would be Darren Williams to score over Nate Robinson, to score over Kirk Hinrich. Although they're good defenders and Nate Robinson's very fast and can put a lot of pressure on Darren Williams has to bring out his all-star and himself.
I'm telling you, Darren Williams and Joe Johnson, they're going to bring out like old star selves here in the playoffs. They're
for
going to
some
be a
reason
pretty
I
good
feel like
team.
I can't trust Joe Johnson yet. I don't know.
I'm
why.
Joe Johnson is inconsistent himself. He's only
I-
good in the clutch. That's all I've seen.
I'm
from him.
telling you, I'm thinking they both are. I think just like Hibbert, they're both going to be like a lot more
How about
consistent.
every
I think they're
single
both going
player
to
in the
just take
playoffs,
control.
including bench players, is going to show up, according to Tyler.
Chris Copeland, nah, but
50 points a game.
yeah, I think Bulls are going to take this in a 6-game series. Now this is very risky. I don't really see this happening too much, but I'm anyways gonna take it. Bulls are a great defensive team, and they also have some offense in Nate Robinson, and Kirk Hunter can hit the three, and Luol Deng, very great defender, probably one of the most underrated
All
defenders
right, all
that
right,
I
all
know.
right, hurry up. I want to watch
And
the Red Sox. I
that's
won.
what I'm saying.
Can I go? Okay, I want to go. I'm going to take the Bulls in 7 games in a very tough defensive battle between two very good teams.
Ew.
Obviously, this could go either way. I just don't think that this is the Nets' year. They have plenty of more years to come as this team is still forming. I just can't trust Joe Johnson yet. I think he's the key. He needs to show up for the Nets like every
He'll show
game.
up.
X
I'm telling you,
factor.
he'll show up.
The X factor for the Nets, Joe Johnson. And I don't think I can trust him. So Bulls in 7.
Well, in 7, you think the Bulls could beat Brooklyn in the 7th game?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
They're
Game
the-
they beat them.
I
They
trust the
beat them in
Bulls.
Brooklyn in the regular season.
I trust
Yeah,
the
that's regular
Bulls.
season.
Yeah, and
Completely different.
I think the Bulls have a lot of chemistry. I like
The
that
the
team.
Jazz beat Miami in the regular season. Or you
Of course,
Okay.
you
You
had
think
to
they
get
turn
you
around
had to
and
get
keep-
that in there, didn't you?
Yeah.
yeah, but it's Miami. Okay, they don't show they prove that in the first year as being the big three that they didn't do amazing in this. They did well in this season, but they didn't do amazing. And then once the freaking playoffs started, they were unbelievable together. They actually showed up, and now they're actually showing up in the regular season and in the playoffs.
We're not talking
So,
about Miami now.
And Charlotte
he
beat
did
Miami.
bring Miami
too.
up.
I mean, if you want to keep, and the Wizards beat Miami.
With
Okay.
Magic beat Miami. Technically, if refs
Technically.
weren't there to
game-winning
bullcrap.
layup. But yeah, Michael, your turn.
I have the Nets in 6. Look, I feel like the Brooklyn Nets are being very underrated. They are a good team, a very good team. They had coaching problems early on, got a new coach. I think they should be able to beat a Bulls team that I don't trust their offense. I just don't trust them being able to put up enough points. They're going to rely on defense
Nets'
too much.
offense. You can trust Nets' offense going against Chicago's defense.
Yes, but the
Listen,
main
I don't know if you
the
guys
X-
watched the
the-
Nets.
I do. The X factor for me though is Brook Lopez. Is he gonna be a little pity center, or is he actually
Bless you.
thank you.
or is he actually come out and play like an all-star that got him into the all-star game? You know.
Listen,
And
he's going
I
to be
just-
guarded by Joakim Noah.
Oh,
He's-
boo-hoo.
I'm looking
And
at
he's
all of the
ugly.
Nets Bulls game this year. Bulls won 83-82, Nets 93-89, Bulls 96-85, Bulls 92-90. They're all very close, so I would expect the same thing in the playoffs. You could go
Yeah,
either way in this
and
series, to
also-
be honest with you.
The last game that they played, Mets were up by like 20, and then they choked up a big lead. So,
So,
if they're
uh,
going to be choking up leads, then I don't really see them.
So Chris and Elliot agrees on every single game so far.
I said Bulls in
Wait,
7.
I-
Oh, are you talking about just the teams?
Yeah, you guys agreed on every single team so far.
Oh, I should have
Alright,
said the Celtics
so-
then, damn it.
I wonder if that'll
Okay.
stay.
All right, so now on to the more anticipated Western Conference.
Yes.
Western Conference should be amazing series. I'm expecting some amazing stuff out here, guys. All right, so we got the first seeded Oklahoma City Thunder versus
Sweep.
the 8th seeded Houston Rockets.
Sweep.
Okay, Kyle,
Elliot
you wanna
Elliot
say-
was so high on the Rockets. I just want everyone to know this. He thought they were
Yeah,
going
I
to do
was
amazing.
high on the Rockets during the regular season.
and they're going to get
regular-
swept.
regular
Chandler
season
Parsons.
swept.
Chandler
Chandler
Parsons.
Parsons. Chandler. um,
OKC's just too good for Oklahoma. I mean, I just said OKC's too good for Oklahoma.
For
What
the
the-
Houston Texans.
OKC's too good for the Rockets all around.
OKC's too
Um,
good for themselves. They're so good.
I'm just looking at this like I don't know. Like you look at it by matchups. There's no like the Rockets don't even stand a chance. I'm sorry. I think this is gonna be a sweep. OKC goes on to the next round.
Play science on Westbrook.
So
Yeah.
somebody else take over. You know.
All right, so Oklahoma City, they're both very young, fast-paced teams, but what kind of experience do the freaking Rockets have? They have no veteran leadership. They have no one. Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, at least they both went to like.
They
the
have
finals.
Jeremy Lin.
They have Jeremy Lin, who sucks.
Jeremy.
Jeremy. But honestly, just the Rockets are a good team. They're the highest scoring team. But if the Rockets are going to like be high scoring, they at least have to play defense. But if they're gonna be high scoring, Oklahoma City is gonna be high scoring. Oklahoma City is a good defensive team, which are not gonna let them be that high scoring. But it's gonna be a high scoring series, obviously. And they're both very young, and honestly, I'm pretty sure Rockets only beat them once this season. And the thing that really did count for that, I remember James Harden had a jumping half-court shot to beat the buzzer in the third quarter, and they went in.
Okay,
and then they ended up winning by like 2 points. So that really did.
It was
change
actually
the-
3.
And then here's
So
another
who do you
thing.
have?
Here's another thing
All right.
as well, though. Well, before he picks, here's another thing. The Rockets are also kind of like just collapsing, like having a complete collapse right now, and I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah. They ended up the series. They ended off the year to not a great
They
note.
let the
and-
Lakers finish ahead of them. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, they honestly did not like end the series well at all. Not like the season well at all. And honestly, Oklahoma City is just gonna be too much for them. Sweet.
sweep. Yeah, me and Elliot on the sweep.
All right, my turn. I'm gonna say OKC in 5. I think the Rockets can take one game as soon as they go back to Houston, where James Harden's like, I'm gonna make y'all regret that
What's-
you let me go, and I think the Thunder will regret later in the playoffs that they let Harden, that they traded him. I
He's
just,
gonna get his to rolls for at least one game.
I think then they can take one game when they go back to
Parsons is
Houston.
gonna go for 50,000 points.
Exactly, Jeremy Lin, 20,000 assists in one game,
Yeah,
and yeah, so Rockets in 5. I like their team. They're young, and I think they'll be there for the next 10 years.
Not in the playoffs.
So yeah, not this year though. So Thunder
Yeah.
5.
Maybe in like the next 6 years, whenever their team actually gets older.
Mickle.
All right. Well, first off, I'm gonna say I agree with Chris. I have the Thunder in 5. I think they'll avoid the sweep in Game 4 and just win a game, just to barely hang on by a thread. But I still have a lot of problems with this Thunder team. I can't believe in them. This is not even Kevin Durant's team anymore. It's Westbrook's team. That's
Yeah.
how stupid
yeah,
it's gotten.
yeah. It's been
This
shifting.
this is not good. Durant needs to actually man up and actually take this team back to it being his.
It's the
Because
playoffs.
I'm really
Playoffs.
not liking the Thunder. I'm really not liking the Thunder. And who I have
They
them
have
going
the
into
better-
the
they have a better year.
semifinals, they're gonna be in trouble. They're gonna be in trouble. I have the Thunder in 5.
Why does it
though.
have to be so easy for Miami?
But yeah, okay. On to a series that apparently analysts look at to win the whole entire playoffs because of
no,
past experiences.
Let me bring this up.
It's
The
just a
Spurs and the
superstitious
Lakers.
thing.
The Spurs and the Lakers, ever since Tim Duncan has entered the NBA, anytime the Spurs or Lakers have played each other in the playoffs, the winner of that game has gone on to play in the NBA Finals.
Yeah,
And
but
that
that's-
went
that
this
was
year.
back in the day, y'all. So the second seeded San Antonio Spurs versus the seventh seeded Los Angeles Lakers.
The Kobe
The
list.
Kobe list.
The Kobe
Los
list.
Angeles
Los Angeles.
Lakers.
Make sure you put
Spurs
that in there.
sweep.
Oh, Kyler.
No, I got. Even though I hate the Lakers, and it's not because of their players, it's not because of the organization. It's because of their fans that I hate them. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm sorry to all you guys that are Lakers fans that
I
may be
hate
watching
them more
this,
because
but
of their
And
national
why-
attention.
but I hate Laker fans. I'm sorry. There's a
Hey,
lot
I
of
used
them
to
are-
be I used to be a pretty big Lakers fan and Knicks fan at the same time because of Kobe. Of course.
bandwagoner.
I think I hate them more
And
because of their
I
national.
love them because of Kobe.
I-
Whenever Kobe leaves the NBA, I'm gonna be like, fuck the Lakers.
I-
No, in all serious though, I'm picking the Spurs to win in 6.
Oh,
I think the Lakers will be able to take one I'm thinking the Lakers will be able to take one in San Antonio, and I'm thinking the Lakers will be able to take one in LA at home court, but I think the Spurs will take control of the series overall, and they'll win in 6. I think there's too much I'm just looking at this, like, who do you have that's really like a veteran anymore besides Nash on the Lakers? I mean, I guess you have Dwight. I guess you can
you have Coach Kobe.
Gasol.
I don't consider Gasol. I don't know about Gasol.
it's
in the
also
playoffs.
it's also
Meta
Spurs
World
Spurs
Peace.
too.
Meta World
Meta World
Peace.
Peace, so-
Oh my God. No, Meta World Peace isn't taking. Oh my. No,
He's taking this team over. He's taking them to the
these
finals.
teams, this Lakers team needs Kobe to do anything in the
Steve
playoffs. I'm
Blake is a
sorry.
veteran. I'm kidding.
I'm sorry. This
Well,
this Lakers team needs
Jody
Kobe to do
Meeks.
anything in the playoffs.
wait, Kyler, to bounce that back what you're saying, I think this team is better without Kobe right now.
I think this
I
team is
really
bad.
do.
I think in the long run, this team is better, but I think they need to play an entire season without Kobe to actually be able
They
to
have to
be good
amnesty
enough
Kobe.
to do something in the
Amnesty
playoffs.
It's like the Celtics don't need
Amnesty
Rondo.
that, Mark Cuban.
Celtics don't
I
need
have
Rondo. They're
the
better.
Spurs in 6, agreeing with Kyler. I do think the Lakers are gonna make this tough for the Spurs, and the Spurs, Ginobili has been having trouble all season with injuries and stuff. Tony Parker is trying to find back who he is. Tim Duncan's doing good. And the Spurs are the Spurs. They get stuff done, but if there had to be an upset going on, this would be the series because Lakers are a good team. We can't take that away from them.
I can.
They know how to. they,
You're the one who gave him
And
two
I think
games. Boy.
I give them 2 games.
All right, I'll go. I have the Spurs
No
in
more.
5,
No more.
just because I think they're a little bit rusty coming in. You know, they're all banged up. But the Lakers have been playing very well, and I think they can take one game. I don't want to give them any more games. They just bother me because they're, as a Celtics fan, because they're national attention, no matter how good or bad they are. Kind of like the Jets, who I hate just as much.
Kind of like any
Fuck the
Boston
Jets.
team in existence. Yeah, I don't even want to hear it, Chris.
No, that's not true. We don't get the Celtics don't get what the Lakers get, Yankees get, Jets get. I mean, come on, it's not even compare.
I don't know,
That's a-
dude. I hear a lot about the freaking. I always hear about the Patriots, the Red Sox, and the freaking
As much as the
Celtics all the time.
Yeah,
I
but
heard one of the
not
Celtics
when
live.
they're bad. Like whatever.
Yes, they're
now we're
bad.
getting off topic. Spurs,
Okay.
Spurs in 5.
All right. Honestly, Tony Parker had his best season in a while. Honestly, he had a very good season this year, but he didn't end it off well. Like he ended up rusty. Tim Duncan against Dwight did not do well. That's regular season, and that's their last game that he played before the 2-game rest, and they played another game. But still, honestly, I think it'll be San Antonio in 7. I think it will be San Antonio winning the first 2 games. They go to Lakers. They win 2 games. Like Lakers win 2 games at home, and then San Antonio wins 1. Lakers win 1, and then it'll all depend on the last game.
They always win at
So
home
you're pulling the home court right here.
court.
Yes, I'm
pretty
playing the
much.
home court. I'm thinking that San Antonio will win this in 7 games, and honestly, just they don't have Manu right now, and
Monday's gonna be back, pretty sure.
I think Dwight's gonna like put the team on his back, then break it.
Yeah,
whenever
put
the
team on my back though.
So yeah,
Lakers
so we all picked the Spurs to beat the Lakers.
I said 7.
Yay! Bye, Lakers.
Bye bye
Go
Lakers.
fishing.
Bye bye Lakers.
Yeah, but it can go
Bye-bye,
either way, guys.
and
Lakers
have
can
a
end up
nice
winning.
day. Hey.
Boom.
Hey.
All right. So Western Conference, the number 3 seeded Denver Nuggets versus the
Best
number 6
series,
seeded
best
Golden
series in the
State.
first
This is the
round.
best series
Best
other than the
series
Knicks.
first
The
round.
Knicks.
No, I think the 4-5 is the best series here in the West, but that's
Nah,
my
best
opinion.
This one's sexy, straight up just sexy.
All right, Michael, you want to start it off because you think it's so sexy?
Yeah. All right. You got a Denver Nuggets team who I think is gonna shock a lot of people this playoffs against a Warriors team who was doing really good in the start of the year, then just became the Warriors and
I
plummeted
think this
down.
games are going to be a little bit biased on my part, so just so you guys know now. Just because I want Golden State to lose, it gives Jazz a better pick.
Wow. I have Denver winning in 6. They're good all around. They finally got, I guess you can say, an all-star. And Andre Iguodala, people can disagree if he's an all-star or not. But he's a really good defender, and I think he's going to be able to stop Klay Thompson. And that's going to be hard for the Warriors. And David Lee and Fareed is going to be an interesting matchup.
Get ready for Curry to drop 23s a game. Let's go.
That's going to be
Warriors.
interesting. How the Nuggets handle Curry and how Craig Curry goes. And I just think this is the best series to watch. So I had the Nuggets in 6.
All right. Honestly, This is going to be one of the best series. Well, Nuggets, they're more of a team to like attack in the paint, and then they're a very good team, honestly. They're very unselfish. They're very fun to watch. Iguodala, you can say he's an all-star, you can say he's not an all-star. The point is that he's very unselfish. He can get a double-double every single game if he wanted to. He passes the ball a lot. He's a very good playmaker. He's a very good passer, underrated passer, and he can finish very well around the basket. As well as he's a great defender, lockdown defender. I think he can stop Klay Thompson in some of his games, but Klay Thompson may go off in other games. But the point is that I don't think Golden State will be able to take this out. Without, even if they don't have Danilo Gallinari, they have Corey Brewer, they have
Ty
Evan Fournier,
Lawson.
they have other players who can kind of take it out. Ty Lawson's one of the fastest point guards in the NBA, probably the fastest under John Wall.
I don't know. I'm starting to think watching film. I'm starting to think Ty Lawson is the fastest player in the NBA. Period.
Yeah, I think well, the thing is that John Wall is able to control it very well, like behind the
Yeah.
back moves and all that. But the point is that I think the Nuggets will be able to take this in a 6-game series.
Okay, I'm thinking. What I'm going through right now. I don't see Denver losing at home to Golden State.
Yeah. I don't
Um,
know you.
and I think Denver can beat Golden State once in Golden State. So I'm seeing this game only last 5 games. I'm seeing Denver in 5 because I don't see them losing at home, and I can see them beating Golden State once in Golden State. So I don't see this series going any more than 5 games.
All right, I have the Nuggets in 6 games. Um, like the key for the Warriors if they want to win is to put the Nuggets in a half court offense as much as they can because the Nuggets are more of a slashing team getting the basket. But I
Yeah,
don't know if the Warriors can do that. I don't know if they have the kind of players that can put the Nuggets in that position. So I'm trusting the Nuggets here. The loss of Gallinari won't bother them in this series, but it will in the
yeah, it
future. So
won't.
Nuggets in 6.
Also, another thing I
Okay.
would like to point out, like how you're saying like, what the Warriors need to win this series. Also, when the Warriors, they're a young team, they can't think of themselves as a young team, I guess, and can't choke up. You know what I mean? They gotta stay
Yeah.
They need to
positive,
play
and
a great defense to win this.
yeah, they just can't get. Um, I
What
don't
were
know
the
what the
Nuggets
word
in
is.
offense this year?
I
Like they were
I
in like
don't
top 5.
I don't see Golden State beating the Nuggets at home. I don't.
Yeah, but I think the Warriors will be able to win their 2 home games, in my opinion.
Honestly, I want to kind of change my thing, but I think like I can't change my predictions, so I'll just keep it at 6. But I can really see it going at 5 only, and
I
yeah,
picked
Nuggets are
5.
just a great team. But I'm still keeping 6 because I don't want to like change my predictions just because of that. So yeah, I mean, very good teams,
Come
and
on,
this
let's
is gonna be a
go, Lob
really good.
City. Lob City
All
time.
right, so now we got the number 4 seeded Los Angeles Clippers versus the number 5 seeded Memphis Grizzlies, a great defensive team. And this is a series that happened last year that was actually very, very good. So, honestly, this is a very hard series. I don't know who can win. Like last year, they're very equal. One game, the
Bull
Clippers
crap
came back from
refs. Bull crap refs.
well, yeah, last year, I remember Nick Young came in. He got like 6 threes. He like brought the team back after like a 25-point deficit, and I wish I watched that game. That game sounded like it was like crazy, but honestly, this is a very hard series to take. The Grizzlies they're a lot better of a defensive team this year, I think, and I think that the Clippers, they're better this year, but they're very inconsistent as a whole team because at one point they're very good, at one point they're mediocre, and honestly, if they can bring out what they did in December, which they aren't, I don't think, this is going to be a short series. But I think the Clippers are going to be able to take it in a 6-game series, but that's a hard thing to say. And it can go in a 7 series, and it can be the other way around with the Grizzlies beating the Clippers.
The Grizzlies are my surprise team of the year. Um, I mean, like that's hard to say considering. I mean, everyone knew they're gonna make the playoffs. But I think the Grizzlies are gonna make a run. Oh, I said it, and I think the Grizzlies are gonna beat the Clippers in 5. That is
What
my
the?
predict. There you go. The Grizzlies are
Ooh.
gonna beat the Clippers in
Ooh.
5. That is my surprise. I don't know. I wouldn't call it my surprise pick of this
Because
thing
they beat the
because
Jazz,
Hey,
right? So
Will.
you're gonna think they're amazing.
no, that is not
Yeah, I'm
why.
kidding.
I also watched the Jazz beat them live, so no, that has nothing to do with it. I don't know. They think the Grizzlies with everyone on their team. I don't know. I don't know about the Clippers. I mean, they're like I don't know. They're struggling. They're inconsistent. I just don't see them as that good of a team. I don't. Maybe it's
They're
just
very
me, but
unselfish, but
it
they should
might be
get
just me.
Blake
But I don't.
Griffin.
And I'm
They,
gonna
I think they're the worst team in the playoffs in the Western Conference this year right now.
whoa. But what I didn't say before is that they need to give Blake Griffin the ball more, and Blake Griffin needs to actually do his post moves. He has so many post moves that you just take out and end up with finishing layup or dunk. He does not do that though. He just goes for the oops. He's just getting worse and worse as as each season goes. You can see it's because they have so many other good players and he doesn't need to score. But whenever they need to, they don't give Blake Griffin the chance to do whatever he does. And whenever they do give him the chance, he does not take advantage of his post moves and his like athleticism and his good passing that he does have. And if Blake Griffin can actually show out and they give him the ball enough this year, well, series, then the Clippers are going to be amazing. So who else wants to say the
I seriously just think the Clippers are the worst team in the Western Conference playoffs this year.
All right,
Chris, go.
for me, I think this series is all about the Clippers, Clippers offense versus Memphis's defense. And out of those two, I would take Memphis's defense over the Clippers offense. So I'm going to take Memphis in 7. I think Gasol and Randolph will be able to do what they want in the post against the Clippers, and that will give them the edge in a tough 7-game series.
The thing is that the Grizzlies just don't have a star. It's like you can say their star is like Zebo, but nah.
If Chris Paul does what he normally does, they always have a chance. Clippers.
All right, Michael, go.
But I don't consider Denver to have a star, but look
Eh.
at them.
Well, the Denver's Denver. Whatever.
If
So
they
Michael,
all
what's your
contribute, then if all the
Very
5, yeah, go ahead.
I have the Grizzlies in 6. I don't believe in Clippers at all.
Wow.
This team has been having drama issues or disliking issues with the coach.
And
Griffin,
DeAndre Jordan and Griffin.
Yeah. Griffin and Jordan don't like Chris Paul, like how he's being like a Kobe and like going all in their face, I guess, to win. Jordan wants the ball more. And it's so much drama going on that you can't surpass that, especially with that type of team, and just go and win, especially against the Grizzly team. That's just
I'd pick the Magic in
bully
7
you
if that
down.
says anything.
That's an insult
All
to
Michael
the
has to
Magic.
do is just laugh at it.
But no, I have the Grizzlies in 6, and I just don't think Clippers are going to go anywhere for some years to come. So.
All right. So, Kyler, you can take off the whole entire announcing teams for the next few rounds now.
So let's head back over to the Eastern Conference. I think we have the Miami Heat taking on, well, depending on which one of us picked. I picked Brooklyn to win. So we'll start off with Elliot. Elliot, who did you pick to win that fifth one?
I said Chicago.
Oh yeah, Chicago. So who do you think's gonna win this one, Miami or Chicago?
Well, Miami, they're obviously going to end up winning the series, but I think it's going to be in a good series. Kind of boring in my opinion. I don't really like Chicago that much, but I think Miami will win in a 6-game series. There's nothing really much to say. I already said my opinions on Chicago, a great defensive team, but Miami's Miami, and they can take them on easily.
Okay, well, what about you, Chris?
I said Chicago against Miami. I have to go with Miami. I mean, the Bulls are gonna give all they can get for Miami, and they just don't. I don't think I can trust that they'll put up enough points, like Michael pointed out earlier, to compete with Miami. So, wait, Ellie, shouldn't you say how many games for yours?
I said 6 games.
6. I'll go with 5.
Okay, that's
I just
it.
didn't want to copy Ellie, so I was gonna say 6. Like 5.
Five isn't bad. Five is good.
Yeah,
amount.
they beat
But
it. They didn't they Miami beat Chicago in 5 2 years ago with Derrick Rose. So wasn't
yeah,
that? Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
I don't
No,
really, I don't care
no,
about
no, no,
Rose.
no, no. Chicago didn't play Miami last year.
No, no, 2 years
She
ago
said 2 years ago.
Oh,
when
okay.
with
Never
Derrick
mind then.
Rose,
That was a totally different
Miami
Bulls
beat
team, though.
Chicago in 5. Yeah, I know. I'm saying it's still.
That was a totally different Heat team too. I mean,
Yeah,
like they still have their
Yeah, they
superstars.
weren't as
I mean,
good.
it's around it.
They're
they're
better
worse.
now.
Well, so were the Bulls. They're both better teams now. Blah blah blah. So yeah, you say five. Who else wants to go?
Michael, your turn. I think Michael took
Uh,
Brooklyn with me. I think.
Yep.
yeah. I took
What's that,
Brooklyn with
Nets?
you. Um, the Heat are the Heat, and that's all I should really have to say. I have the Heat in 5, and that's it.
I think
No.
to be able to beat the Heat, first of all, you have to have really good post players down low. I don't think Brooklyn like. I mean, they have.
Need to bully them. In my
I guess they
opinion.
have Lopez and Humphreys and stuff, but
If LeBron
Humphries
pissed
hardly
off.
played.
I mean, no, that's just not
Reggie Evans will attack the boards and block.
that's
That's all I can say.
that's not enough. I can see the
With his
series being
big
a lot better
ears.
than people think, and I actually see Miami winning this one in 7.
Whoa.
Uh,
Against the
Going the seven
Nets?
game series right here. Yes, go against the Nets.
Wow.
7 game series.
All right. Okay, so we're all say the Heat are gonna go on. No surprise there. And next,
Next up, we have the. I think. Okay, next up we'll either have the New York Knicks, which I think all three of you took, and I took the
Yeah.
yeah,
Celtics.
you should
Yeah.
take Celtics, yeah.
Yeah.
And and then we have the. I like how you laughed at that, Chris.
No, I was crying actually.
And
Yeah,
then we
it's
have the Pacers. I think all of us took the Pacers, so
Yeah, for
against the
sure.
Pacers.
yeah,
So
well,
let's hear your opinion, Elliot.
So it'll be Knicks Pacers, right?
Yes.
For
For
you.
you.
Okay. All right. So, honestly, we've seen the Pacers versus Knicks. You can say they're equal teams, but they're not. Pacers are the better team, and honestly, I think Pacers purposely started a tank at the end of the season to kind of avoid versing Boston because I think Boston has a better chance of beating them. And Knicks kind of like, whatever, we're gonna do this for the franchise and actually get the second seed. Um, honestly, the Knicks are a great team, but it all depends on the inconsistency and the consistency of the Indiana Pacers. And I think that the Pacers will come out with the win in a close-fought seventh game series. Now, this can go either way, but it
Who
could
you
be.
say?
I,
Who you
I
say
think.
gonna
I
win
think
again?
I said Indiana. Indiana's going to beat the Knicks in 7 games and possibly in 6 games even. I think Indiana is that kind of team. They're legit, and it all depends if the Knicks are still healthy and can keep up with the pace. And Carmelo Anthony versus David West is not a great matchup at all, and that's what's going to happen. It's going to be Melo versus West. West is going to dominate Melo like he always does. Even in the last game of the series that they versed each other, David West is the only good player on the Indiana Pacers who's actually playing. That's why I'm so high for him because their whole entire team can be so inconsistent, while David West can always be dominating no matter what team he's playing. David West is very good, and people say, "Hey, he's not as good as he was in Orlando." No, I mean not Orlando, New Orleans. But honestly, he's the same. He's honestly, he's older, but he's still very good, and I just think Indiana will come out with the win in 7 games.
Boston gonna get that sweep. No, just kidding. They're not.
Aw.
No, Indiana's gonna go ahead and they'll handle Boston in 6 to go to the Eastern Conference Final to play the Heat. And I just don't think I don't know. I can see Boston beating the Knicks, but I just don't see them beating the Pacers. I think the
They did better
Pacers.
against the Pacers than they did against the Knicks this year.
I don't. I still don't see. I see the Pacers winning this in 6. I think we're all probably going to have. I don't know. I think me and Elliot both have Heat Pacers now in the Eastern Conference Finals. So what do you guys
All right.
have?
All right, so I
Cheers,
have the
bro.
Knicks against the Pacers. I really don't know who to pick, but I'm gonna try to think of this. I just think the Pacers do have the defensive weapons that they have great that they win almost every matchup. I think they can beat the Knicks in this series. I don't know that much about what these two teams did this year against each other, but I think I can trust the Pacers more just because I still want them to. I still think they're the team that can beat Miami, so they're going to advance. in a 6-game series. I think Carmelo will show up against Boston, but he'll be much better defended against Indiana. So Indiana
David West, man, he's a great defender, a great offensive player, and he'll dominate Melo in every single way. He has a lot more muscle on him, and a lot more weight on him than Melo. He's taller than Melo. He's just everything upon Melo, and you can say that KG's Melo's worst nightmare because of that one game, but no, it's David West who's his nightmare.
So yeah,
Okay, what about
Indiana
you,
six.
Michael?
Well, I'm actually surprised that you guys aren't giving the Knicks as much credit, really. But I have the Pacers winning in 6 just because the Knicks are a dumb organization. Amari's going to come back, and they're going to play him, and it's going to screw them over, in my opinion.
So,
Amari.
6.
So we all have Miami and Indiana in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Just because of Knicks being dumb, but yeah.
They better not play Melo, but honestly,
You mean
it depends on it being.
You mean Amari?
That's
You
what
don't
I
want him
meant.
to play
That's
Melo?
what I
Okay.
meant.
Why
That's
not
what I
play
meant.
Melo?
That's what
We
I
don't need
meant. That's
Melo.
what
He
I-
doesn't do anything.
He's got to go back to trade his again.
Good. Let's amnesty Melo. But
Elliot,
yeah,
get
like,
lucky and I'll punch another fire extinguisher.
dude, fuck Amari. All right, so honestly, all right, so we got next up. We obviously have Miami and Indiana in the conference finals. So
No, we gotta head over to the Western Conference first before we do that.
why can't we just finish up
Because it
the
said.
Eastern?
Back we go to the
Kyler
West.
is the boss
West.
around here.
Back to the West. And we have the number 1 seeded Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Memphis Grizzlies, because I'm pretty sure we all took Memphis, I think.
I said Clippers.
Oh, you did, Elliot? Oh, okay. My bad. I thought, okay. So Elliot has the Clippers. So we'll let Elliot start since he picked the weird team.
Since he's the hipster.
All right, so hipster glasses put on.
Since he picked the worst team in the playoffs, we'll let him start.
Oklahoma City. Like the Spurs did last year, they will sweep Clippers in a 4-game series. This can obviously go in a 5-game series, a 6-game series, but you know what? Oklahoma City's not going to let that happen, and honestly, just fuck the Clippers. Fuck that. Oklahoma City's just too good, and they'll sweep. They'll go on 2. They'll sweep the Houston Rockets. They'll sweep the Clippers, and go on to the conference finals.
People are in. Here's my surprise pick of this entire video. I don't know. Actually, I think I may still have one more in me, but I'm going to go ahead and say the Memphis Grizzlies will beat the Oklahoma City Thunder in 6. In 6. That's my prediction. I think Memphis. What?
You've been smoking a bit too much weed on 420 day.
20 smoke weed already.
I tell you, Memphis. I'm kind of with what Michael said earlier. I'm not too high on this Oklahoma City team. I think Memphis is going to be able to stop Westbrook, and it's his team. I don't think Kevin Durant's going to take over. I think he's just going to he won't disappear, but I don't really think he's ever going to play like the huge factor that he should play in these playoff games.
I think he is. He'll take the initiative. It's the playoffs now.
Nah,
Alright. I gotta say, since we've been doing this, I've changed my pick with this series. From at first it was Thunder to the Grizzlies, and then back to the Thunder. I don't think the Thunder can lose this series. They shouldn't, but they can. I don't know what I'm saying, but the Grizzlies I don't think they're going to be able to put out enough to beat the Thunder. I think they will play good defense, but I think the Thunder will barely be able to beat them in 7 games.
good luck with that one.
All right. I'm going to pick the Thunder. I just can't imagine in my head seeing Memphis beat the Thunder. I just don't see. Thunder can't lose this series because it's their time. They need to show up. Like they didn't even show up in the finals last year. I thought they were gonna beat Miami, but they let Miami roll over them. But I'm gonna pick the Thunder to
They
beat
always do.
Memphis.
They're scared of Miami.
Too
Kevin
much
Durant's worst
offense, but I
nightmare's
do
LeBron.
agree with Michael that Durant really needs to take over, and I
Kevin
think
Durant's
he
worst
will.
nightmare is LeBron.
He'll get that
Okay.
message through. And I think
Mario
OKC.
Chalmers.
I'm talking, Ellie. Shut up. I think you're just like, oh, Mario
Eating that
Chalmers.
carrot.
And then I think the Thunder will win in 6. So yeah. Now you can go, Ellie.
Kevin Durant's worst nightmare is LeBron.
We're not there yet. Or
Okay,
whatever.
so here we go. Here we go. We have our next Western Conference series where we have the San Antonio Spurs, which we all picked, go against the Denver Nuggets, which we all picked. So, Elliot, why don't you go start that off?
I love the Nuggets, and if the Knicks don't go on Nuggets, I hope they win the whole entire playoffs. Because I don't know, it's not just because these players used to be on the Knicks. It's because I just really like their team. They're very unselfish. They're very active. They're very fun to watch, and I love their team. And also JaVale. JaVale's on the team too.
JaVale McGee.
That was awesome.
Check.
But yeah. As I said before, just San Antonio, just they're I don't know, this is a hard series, and I don't know, I just there's really no reason, but I think Denver will take this in a 6-game series yet again because just their home team's just way too good. They're just too good at home, and just San Antonio's aging, but then they also have their foreign people coming off the bench. They have Danny Green, they have Kawhi Leonard, but still, just San Antonio's a good team, but Manu Ginobili, he's probably gonna be back by then. But I think he'll be the
I'm sure he's gonna
player.
be back in the first round, Ellie, by the way.
Probably, who knows? But honestly, just I'm taking Denver. I'm just gonna take Denver in 6. Honestly, fuck that.
Yeah, I don't even care. I'm just smoking too much today.
Yeah.
Can I go?
I take.
I want to go.
Oh,
I want to
yeah,
go. I
you
want to go. I
go,
want to go. I want to
Chris.
go.
You go, Chris.
I don't even care what y'all are gonna say, but I think Spurs. They're gonna be completely healthy by this point. They're gonna go back into beast mode, and they're gonna sweep Denver because Denver needs Danilo Gallinari. Gallo. Yeah, that's right. I don't even care. Spurs are gonna sweep Denver.
Are you
Yeah.
being serious? I
Yeah.
thought you were joking.
No, I'm being serious.
Oh,
out.
I thought you were.
YOLO pick.
thought you were
Y'all gonna come
joking.
crying at my feet when that's right.
Oh,
Oh!
oh man! I was thinking about taking the Spurs, but I was gonna call a sweep. For a sweep, the Spurs got to beat Denver twice in Denver. I don't even.
Kawhi.
In
Why
Den-
didn't you go for 80 points?
Word.
I actually. Well, I'm not gonna say it's a sweep. I actually agree with Chris. I think the Spurs are gonna beat the Nuggets. I think the Spurs can win 1 in Denver, and I don't see the Spurs losing at home. I'm thinking this is gonna be in 5. It won't be a sweep, but I do pick the Spurs to win in 5.
Well, you're acting like I was crazy. Yet you only picked them to lose one more game than I did.
You put emphasis on you saying you guys are gonna be crying to my feet.
Well, you act like I was stupid or something. So I'm just like, yeah, that's right. Word. There's gonna be one thing that people won't be expecting. It's right here.
What about you, Michael?
Well, this has been my surprise pick. I have the Nuggets in 6, agreeing with Ellie. This Spurs team, I cannot trust them.
You can't
I can
trust
only
anybody.
just
They
dim
collapsed
them,
last
and that's
year. They
it.
collapsed. They swept the first 2
Okay.
teams and then they collapsed entirely.
Okay,
They're
fine.
beating the OKC Thunder and then they collapsed.
I'll sweep them.
But Denver needs Gallo because Gallo's everything.
No, they don't.
Yes,
don't.
they do.
Let's see. Wilson Taylor has been doing very, very well without Gallinari. They're
Except
okay.
Corey Brewer, Evan Fournier.
No,
Evan
they need
Fournier,
Gallo,
the
'cause
Paris, the French.
Gallo made me lose in fantasy. They need Gallo.
Good.
You're gonna lose fans anyways. Go home. You're drunk. Okay.
No, it's for
I have
funny.
Denver 6. I have the Chicken Nuggets. Got it.
Okay, so let's go head back over to the Eastern Conference to look at the finals where we have
The Boston
Miami
Celtics.
Heat-
Oh, just kidding.
the Miami Heat taking on the Indiana Pacers. All 4 of us have that.
Okay. Who wants to start this one?
Michael, you can start this one.
All right. I don't know why everybody's thinking the Pacers are gonna do some damage to the Heat. Like I said, this Heat team is the Heat. It's better than last year's, the year before. I had the Heat win 5 games again. I'm sorry. I can't think of anything that can really beat them, and
This is the best
this is
team that they ever had.
I told you
This
this,
is-
Elliot. I told you this a long time ago. I think the only team that can beat the Heat in the entire NBA in the playoffs, the Indiana Pacers.
A lot of people would
Alright.
agree with that.
Yeah, and I just think
agree.
their big men. I think their big men are going to overwhelm the Heat. That's what you have to have to be able to beat the Heat. is you have to
Inconsistency
have
and
to
You
get-
hippery.
have to have physicality.
And I think they will. I don't think the inconsistency. I don't think that's going to be there in the playoffs. I think Indiana is going to be a very consistent playoff team, and I think
LeBron can
Indiana.
guard West.
I think
though.
Indiana is going to win this series in 6.
You're high.
In 6.
Smoke
You're
weed
high.
every day, day up. Hey, smoke
420.
weed
Wait,
every
wait,
day.
wait,
Why
Michael.
are
What
you
did you
fucking
say?
getting
Michael, what
mad?
did you say?
I
How
said
many
Heat
games did
in
you say?
5. I said Heat
Oh.
in 5.
You're high too.
Smoke
Okay.
weed every day, day up. Hey.
All right, Chris, you can go because I
Alright.
went first like the past 3 times.
All right, I'm gonna take the Heat in 7. I agree with Kyler at the fact that the Pacers' big men will be consistent because they want this. They want the revenge from last year. They were up 2-0 and they choked. They want it, but it won't be enough because Miami's just on a different level than every other team. Pacers will give them all they can ask for, but
Dude, I could beat them. I could
It's
beat
not
Miami
enough.
by myself, so I don't even know what.
yeah, Kyler against LeBron or some scrub. But yeah.
Get your Baz over and he'll help you. He'll help you too against the Heat.
But yeah, Hibby,
The
but
world.
Heat in 7.
All right. Yeah. I mean, you can say the bigs can overwhelm the Heat. They can maybe do so. They can maybe do so in like 2 games. But honestly, David West, I'm high on him, but he won't be able to defend LeBron, and LeBron's a lockdown defender. So he'll lock down David West. He'll lock down anybody that he's put on to defend. And if he has to guard Paul George, he'll guard Paul George. And Heat will win in a 6-game series.
I knew you were gonna say 6. You're so boring. Gosh.
I think
I'm
Elliot
not
said
gonna go
6 for
yellow.
every freaking thing.
Yeah, I think you've said 6 just about for every series.
No, I said
6,
sweet for OKC twice.
So let's go head back over to the Western Conference.
Yay.
All right, can I do this?
Yes, you can do this, Elliot.
All right,
Excuse me.
Denver. The Denver Nuggets.
Wait, say who you had going.
They'll surprise the world. The Nuggets. And
So wait,
beat
you picked-
OKC
yours-
in a
your game was
7-game
okay.
series.
Yeah, your game was OKC Nuggets, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Nuggets will win in a 7-game series against OKC and go to the NBA Finals.
Woohoo!
That was fast.
No reason. There's honestly no reason. I already said I already said everything. Like them in
Hello.
the ass. And also, Kevin Durant, he has to take the initiative that this is his team, not Westbrook's, and he can't let Westbrook be the boss of the team. And honestly, just I don't know. They're going to go through 2 sweeps and then lose to the Nuggets in 7. That's how it's going to work.
San Antonio is going to meet the Memphis Grizzlies in 7. I think it'll come down to that 7th game, but I think San Antonio's like all the veterans there on the team are going to pull it off, and I think the San Antonio Spurs are going to follow the tradition of whenever they beat the Lakers, they go to the finals, and they're going to do it again. San Antonio Spurs are going to be the Western Conference champions.
Ooh.
All right, so I have the Spurs and OKC, and I have the Spurs winning in 6. I don't like this Thunder team. I think that the Thunder team of last year was better than this year, and the Spurs by this time will be
obviously.
all healthy, ready to go, and be balling up just like they were for most of the season until they died. But they'll be fine now. So yeah, Spurs in 6.
You know-
I just want to get this done now because the Red Sox are on.
Me and Chris repping the Spurs. Let's go.
Oh word!
Honestly, Kyler, you're kind of high by picking the Heat
No,
over.
you're high because
I mean, picking the Pacers over the Heat because do you think the refs are really going to allow the Heat not to make the playoffs?
Dirty in the playoffs.
Man, in the finals. I'm getting really lost right now. I can't do commentaries longer than I can't do commentaries.
What if
longer
Elliot
than
was just
an
like,
hour.
you really think that the refs are not going to let the Heat make the World Series?
And they're gonna call a touchdown like not a grand slam,
After further review, the runner did not touch second base.
Practice
Touchdown
the goal
sentence.
over again.
I think I don't think the rest are going to be able. I don't think the game's going to be close enough for the rest to make that big of an impact. So, damn.
Oh, taking it a step further, saying the Pacers will make it kind
Anyways,
of not even close.
um, I'm pissed off at you, Ellie, because I have the Nuggets winning in 6 also.
I said 7.
So gay. I thought the Nuggets are my big team to shock people.
Fist
They
pump,
are.
Michael.
The Grizzlies were my
I-
big team, but I don't think they can handle the Spurs in the end.
In
I-
the end,
I just don't think the Thunder are even gonna do much, really. Just I think they're gonna choke, and this is gonna be the series where they're like, "Why is James Harden not with us anymore?" And that's gonna screw them over.
Bye bye, OKC. So none of us, not one of us, had OKC in the finals this year.
Good,
Not one.
good.
thunder, thunder, thunder.
In fact, we
Thunder
actually
up.
tied right here between the Spurs and the Nuggets. We had 2-2.
Okay.
Nugs.
Now let's go on to the finals. For me, I picked the Miami Heat versus the Denver Nuggets. And
You
can already
sound like
guess who I'm
bored,
gonna
like you
pick.
really don't want to be here, and I'm like,
No, I'm
Miami's
sounding
gonna-
bored because it's such a
Gay.
anticipated. You know, who's gonna win the whole entire thing and all
The
that.
NBA is so
You
predictable.
already know. You already know that the Heat are gonna win it. You already know.
But why are we
But,
doing this video?
Nah. But in all honesty, Heat will end up beating the Nuggets in 5 because I don't know. Just the Nuggets won't really be able to pull it off against the Heat. The refs are going to be on their side. They're not going to be able to pull off the whole entire home court thing anymore by then. And
At least my
Heat are
finals
just
are
going to be too
funner.
much.
At least
They're
my
just gonna be-
finals are funner.
All right,
The
so
Pacers and the freaking Spurs. It's going to be a lot funner finals.
Too bad
A
no
lot
one's gonna
more
watch
fun.
it.
especially with the Spurs, and oh god, it's boring as shit. But yeah, Heat in 5. That's my prediction over the Nuggets.
My prediction: the Indiana Pacers are going to be the 2013 NBA champs. They are going to beat the San Antonio Spurs. in 6.
Notice how this is uploaded on 420, everybody.
Yeah, you already know we're
Dude,
all.
I'm sorry, the Pacers are going to do it. That is my team this year, the Indiana Pacers.
All right. How many games?
In 6.
Uh,
All right, boring series with a boring number. All right, who else?
I'll go. I have the Heat beating the Spurs in 7. I actually want a good finals, even though we all know the result. But I think the
I don't-
Spurs can give them all they can ask for. Because the Spurs, they're the team in the West who could beat Miami. But
I don't think
Miami's,
so.
like I said before, they're on a different level.
I think if it's Spurs Heat, I think the Heat will sweep the Spurs. If it comes
Disagree.
down to Spurs Heat, I do think the Heat would sweep the Spurs.
Nah.
You're so doubtful.
I just,
All right.
All right.
can we stop?
Wait, hello.
Go, Michael, hurry up.
Hold on. Skype. Okay, hello.
Yeah,
Bye.
can hear you, bro.
Okay, sorry. My
Just
You don't
go.
have to say
All right. For the finals, I have the Orlando Magic versus the Phoenix Suns, and the Magic winning in 7. The Magic win the NBA Finals.
Wesley
Yeah.
Johnson's gonna score for 80, but lose on a losing effort. Yay!
Go, Bobcats.
Go
Okay,
Bears.
no. I have the Heat winning in 6 games. Feel like this is actually going to be a good series. I feel like the Heat will win only 1 game in Denver, and good series. But I think the Heat, of course, are just going to win it and be gay. So
We just
Okay,
want a
so,
good finals, people.
Guys, I changed my prediction. I think the Cleveland Browns are going to beat the Heat in a series of 5.
Cleveland.
I'll take
Cleveland
that.
shit. Cleveland shit.
All right, so we all said that the Heat would take it, except for Kyler
The
saying
Indiana
that
Pacers, it's their year.
So we all said the East. is
I
gonna
think
win.
Kyler just can't face the truth.
Yeah.
As in Paul Pierce. As in Paul Pierce.
the truth.
Paul Pierce, the truth. For 3.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure none of us are gonna get these predictions correct because we all catch some YOLO stuff. But,
Yeah,
Watch me. I am going to get them all right.
We're not gonna get it right
Every
because
week.
dude, Kyler's gonna be like, I got these all right, and he's gonna gloat about it. He's gonna be like, "Whoa, you see what you said now, Elite? I wasn't smoking weed. I was actually true. I know the
Well,
future."
actually-
Kyler.
What?
Kyler, I really hope that the Hawks beat the Pacers in the first round.
And then we were able to like suck it. Just be like,
yeah,
suck it.
and then
Let it
Milwaukee's
go.
gonna sweep Miami. We're all gonna be laughing. Yeah.
Hawks to the finals. Hawks win.
Like an hour
Atlanta
long,
teams
so-
are funny.
All right, guys. So thank you all for watching these predictions. If you want to leave your own predictions, even though you have only like an hour left by the time we upload this, or even like 30 minutes left, go ahead and leave it down below. Even though you're probably gonna be watching this like after the Knicks beat the Celtics in the first game, right?
Oh, yeah,
Right.
sure. The Celtics are taking.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I have to hope for. Let's go, Celtics. This is your last ride.
One.
Use-
Let's go, Magic. We got this. We got this.
Game one.
Use-
Are you ready? Celtics. So.
All right. So
Knicks are taking game 2. Celtics are taking game 3 and 4. And the Knicks are going to take game 5 and Celtics at 6. So.
all right. So
Yeah.
thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all later, maybe.
Go Bobcats.